traveling to East Malaysia to meet these amazing Sabahan and Sarawakian ladies is definitely going to be a long-lasting memory. From the roots of Mount Kinabalu to the lullabies of Sumban Ring ladies, I'm Karishma. Join me in a mystical journey in search of the evergreen and still existing tales of the legends of Borneo. If you believe in yourself, have dedication, pride and never quit, you will be the winner. The price of victory may be high, but so are the rewards. As many wise men said, it's not always that a broken heart that kills, but broken pride. Let's walk into the new episode of Legends of Borneo. Obviously, it's hard to find time for personal things when a woman becomes a mother. It gets even harder when you pass 30s, approaching your 40s. But that's not the case with Dr. Deborah Chong, who is our first guest in Ethnic Warrior. As inspiring as it gets, Dr. Deborah Chong is a modern-day mother. She crosses boundaries to reach her full potential. So let's get to know about her. Hi Doctor, how are you?
Thank you. I'm doing great.
Alright, so tell me a little about yourself, your origins and your background.
Okay, I'm born in Kuching. I'm raised in Kuching. And my father is working from the government servant. And now he's a retiree. And my mother is a housemaker. And my growing up as a child is very simple like any other kids. I get to travel when my dad got transferred to other divisions of Sarawak. So after school has in Sentrisa, and I got to study informatics, learning computer science. And after that, I graduated in University of the Southern Queensland for my last year in degree in computer science and business.
So doctor, since you're already actively involved in marketing career, how did your interest in fitness came about?
So when I got pregnant, so I literally eat everything. So it came to the point where during my third trimester, I having problem with high blood pressure out of a sudden. So I went to the emergency because the heart pressure was too high that they have to cut the baby out to save the life of the mother. So it became an eye-opener for me that because of me, how I lead my lifestyle. So my baby, basically, I make it at the expense of my boy, you know. So he was born premature at the month of only 7 months, and he has to live in hospital for basically 6 months. So he fought for his life just to breathe, just to live. So that has become an eye-opener for me to get fit, to eat right. So I learned about nutrition, and then that's how I become a certified nutritionist eventually, and also a certified fitness instructor.
So doctor, throughout your fitness career, what do you consider as your biggest highlight?
After I joined my first competition, I didn't get to win anything, but I took it as a platform and a challenge for me to continue even to be a better competitor. So I took up posting classes, I took up even more advanced nutrition knowledge, you know, and how to even prep for a competitor. So it didn't stop me there, even I fell. I make a fool of myself for the first competition. So, and I actually continue winning 5 medals in 1 year. 4 medals in 2017, and my last medal, the 5th medal, is in 2018. That is the biggest achievement that I have achieved here, because it becomes an addiction. Because I place, though I don't place first or second, but at least I place top 3 for every single competition that I join. So that really motivates me, and that is my biggest achievement so far.
So being a mother and also having your own career, what was the biggest challenge in your fitness routine?
Time.
Time, yeah.
Yes. I do struggle with time sometimes to manage between my work and no matter how tired I am, I still have to go to train. And how do I babysit babysit my baby or my boy, which is already 7 years old now. So time is the biggest challenge for me. So I have to juggle between all my priorities, right? So I just make it a point that if it's time for me to spend time with my boy, for instance, I have to cut everything out. So it is something that I have to manage when it comes to, time.
So having time as your biggest challenge, how do you connect yourself to the local community?
So I feel I'm so grateful to what the hospital have taken care of me and my boy when he was a baby, and how he pulled through because of the doctors and the nurses that have been taking care of him well. So every first Saturday of the month, I make a point to visit the hospital, the child ward, that I will contribute to the parents, the meal, pampers. As a parent, I know how they feel. So to contribute to them, it means a lot to me. So I always make it a point how I contribute to the society. So apart from that, when it comes to my fitness career, I have planned to have an academy. Academy whereby I encourage single mothers or mothers to be fit. As much as I'm a single parent myself, I don't encourage mothers to always have excuses or reasons that they cannot find time. And also to help them to
boost their motivation.
Yes, to boost their confidence, and also to not just to learn to love themselves. That's what I meant. It's not all about time to their children, but also to themselves.
So thank you so much, Dr. Deborah, for sharing your journey with us. And it's amazing to see how you balance your time and accommodate all of this. And thank you very much for being our guest and ethnic warrior. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you, sir. It's my honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Real champions and warriors will thrive through any circumstances that they need to face. Already flying high with her success stories, Faith threw a big hurdle towards her, but she still survived with her strong will and a fighting spirit. I'm excited to meet our guest Fiona Marcus Raja in our next segment, You're the Woman. Recently, I've met an Iron Lady in Padawan. But here I have another Iron Lady who have faced so much challenges and achieved so much at such a young age. So let's get to know about her. Hi Fiona, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Alright, so tell me a little about yourself, your origins and your background.
I am a Sarawakian native. I'm Klabit and half Chinese. My dad is Klabit from Borneo, and my mom is Chinese from Kuching. Yes. So I've lived almost my entire life in Kuching. Grew up in different parts of Sarawak, having parents that were in education.
So what did you do after your graduation?
After I graduated, I came back to Kuching, started working in my dad's company. I was a sales girl selling cars, who had no knowledge of selling how to sell cars. Met my husband and got married at the age of 20.
Wow.
Yes. I had a son after. So my eldest son is now 13, and my second son is 7, and the youngest is 6 this year. So my first business was as a manicurist. So I own a nail parlor. Eventually went into waxing and facial. I came back to Kuching at 19 after my dad passed away in a helicopter crash. And
sorry.
I had to grow up overnight. So after I became a mother at a very young age, I had to grow up overnight. Bills had to be paid, responsibilities start rolling in. So we started business with a lot of hurdles, not knowing costing, not knowing how to do accounts, didn't understand HR, didn't understand how the government worked with taxes. But it was really challenging for the first 5 years, I would say. I learned things the hard way through a lot of self-inflicted obstacles that we didn't foresee.
Unprepared.
I was really unprepared for a lot of things.
So apart from your river cruise venture, you're also involved in your event management, which you did pretty well as well.
She got involved in events as favors to friends' weddings and parties, which eventually became a full-time job.
It's inspiring to see how you juggle between your work and family, but how do you prioritize your time though?
My second son was diagnosed with cancer when he was 2.5.
I'm so sorry.
Business was just finally going well after the first few years of struggling. We decided to have more kids. I wish I was a housewife. I really wish that I could just stay home, be a stay-home mom, bring them up, not worry about the bills, not worrying about what they have, everything else. But unfortunately, in today's world, husband and wife need to work.
Yes, true.
Everything's so expensive now.
Yeah. So Fiona, it's really inspiring to see how you managed all this with a brave heart, and I believe that these personal experiences made you to open up Roy's Foundation. So how did that start?
2 years ago, we wanted to form the foundation. We went through a lot of obstacles trying to form it, but we managed to get it approved last year.
Yeah.
So Roy's Foundation is dedicated to caregivers. Because what we realized during the last few years of our endeavor during those times, that there was always support for children. There's always an association for cancer patients.
Yeah.
But people often neglect the caregivers.
Yeah.
People like us. Because without a caregiver, the patient's never going to survive.
True.
The well-being of the patient really depends on the caregiver itself. So we started Roy Foundation on that basis, and we support all NGOs, mainly the Children Cancer Society. We're still very new because we are raising our own fund through our own venue.
Yeah.
So 5% of what we make at 11 Which Way goes to the foundation.
Yeah.
I'm also involved with Sarawak Children Cancer Society, advising them on the events, and also part of the committee. Under the tourism, I've been in tourism for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm assisting them also in the association, Sarawak Tourism Federation, and also Sarawak Association of Tourism Attractions. And I'm also involved in the Sarawak Heritage Development Committee, who I'm recently elected as the chairperson. World War II sites. We're trying to bring back history, reminding people about the fallen warriors. And yes, so I think that what I've learned is to pay it forward. Everyone has challenges in life, be it business. I went through a lot of hurdle when I was in business. I had a lot of mentors, so I'm very lucky today. I achieved what I had because of the mentors I had. They always teach me to be a wise person, not a smart person. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes. A smart person learns from their own mistakes. So I was a smart person the first 5 years of me being in business. But after that, I learned to be a wise man.
So it's really nice to see how much you've achieved in your life right now. So what else can we expect from you, Fiona?
We try to grow together as a team. We have a few companies. We just partnered with a company in KL called Orion Social Media. With the Sarawak partners. Trying to introduce digital marketing to the industry. Training and educating the people about marketing the product. Our events company, we just secured a fashion show this year in November. It's called Budaya. Under BIMP, Biaga. So it's under Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines. So the designers from these countries will be coming to Sarawak to showcase their fashion, which ready-to-wear outfit. And our theme is based on our intangible textile, which is the batik, and what inspired us today and what we wear from our culture, our tradition. But what's most important is we try to also engage the youth, the younger generation, to empower them on a bigger platform. So we hope that this will be a first step to bringing artists out of Malaysia itself, to showcase their actual talent. We're also hoping that the 11 Which Way will be self-sustaining by then. We do events here. It is an F&B outlet. It's something that is relatively quite new to me. but we're trying to partner with a lot more NGOs.
Okay.
It's growing, but we're hoping that it will pick up a lot faster in the next few months.
Yeah. Our best wishes from you.
Thank you.
Fiona, it's really inspiring to see how you manage your work and family, and we wish you all the best for you and your son Royce, and thank you very much for being our guest in Legends of Borneo. You're the woman who inspires me and many women out there. Thank you very much, Fiona.
Thank you very much for having me.
The traditional Sumban ladies wearing the ruyang and rusun are the embodiment of the remaining distinctive culture of Sumban. Sumban is a subtribe of the Bidayos in Sarawak. Ruyang and rusun are copper-coiled rings worn on the forearm and calves respectively. I heard there are only a handful of ring ladies left, so let the rural ravens spread the wings.
Tak ada apa aman tak sama tinggal nak imba juta tua anak itu hal awak imba adab tak imba tua ningat daya orang balik ika kawan ramah berita itu diuri kata ingin di dua tepat jangan maru pagi nuni kata imeh kepe dua awak nama tak raja kawat nak kepe barang kamu nak mari jotai atau nak kepe buah kepe kodoi sapat hari itu dapat aku kaide kuduri bapaknya ameku niu ingan bapak adep itu pinjam barang daya ingaku matak mau.
It was believed that their ancestors traded goods with the Chinese people who came from China, and the copper rings were payment for goods procured from the villages. Since not everyone had goods to trade with the Chinese, the copper ring eventually became the symbol of status. Okay, berapa lama Makcik pakai ring ini?
Sudah lama.
Sudah lama. Kira-kira berapa tahun?
14.
14. Dia tak sakit pakai benda ni lama-lama?
Tidak.
Tak ada sakit.
Biasa.
So makcik-makcik dulu tinggal di bukit. So sekarang tinggal di rumah baru. Macam mana pengalaman dia?
Senang sikit, susah sikit.
Due to the Bengo Dam, most of the people surrounding the village have moved from the Samban mountain. The temptation of free houses and modern convenience have tempted them to move to the resettlement area. Not wanting unwanted stares, most of the ring ladies have removed their rings. Hi sir, you've come really far to meet the ring ladies. Can you share about them to us, please?
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for coming all the way to the land of Borneo. Now, these ring ladies are the remnants of those who are originated from the interior of the Penrisen Padawan area. They are from Kampung Semban. When they first resettled in the Bengo resettlement scheme, there were 8 of them. But as of today, there are only 3 of them. So we are very, very worried about their existence actually. As you can see, they are wearing the ring, and which they have been wearing since their adulthood.
Yes.
Because it is a sign of maturity.
Yes.
When they dare to wear the ring, to put on the ring, it shows that they are matured enough and are ready to raise a family.
So there's only a few ring ladies, and why do you consider them as very special?
In the past, there were many. For example, when they were in their own original place, there were about 10 or 20 of them. But when they moved here, about 5 years ago, there were 8 of them. And today, there are only 3 left. Some of them have passed away, and some of them, because of their age, they couldn't bear the weight of those rings, so they took it off because of health reasons. And the younger generations would not want to put on the rings. To get the young people to use this ring and to continue the legacy, it would be very, very difficult. So that's why these 3 ring ladies left, they are very, very special to us.
So can you tell us about the copper coil?
In the olden days, when they stay in their own place, those copper coils were brought to them by traders. But nowadays, they can easily get it from any hardware shop and get the volume that they want and prepare the ring themselves. Now you can see the rings are bigger on their hands and on their legs as well. And on top of that, they also use beadworks to complement the rings. Now, these rings are personal basis. What I mean by personal basis is that in the event that they pass away, they will not be passed to their generation. They will be buried together with them because it's their own personal property.
Besides being a status symbol, these rings were also seen as symbol of beauty. Girls without rings would have difficulty in finding a husband, so even without parents forcing these rings on their daughters, young girls would succumb under social and peer pressures and eventually took wearing the rings. Recalling childhood memories, both ladies told that it was painful to put the rings on in the beginning, and they had to change for bigger rings as they grew. They never take them off. They wear them while working under the scorching sun, per farm, or when they trek for hours in the unforgiving jungle terrain and humid rainforest. For them, the rings are more than pieces of jewelry or accessories. They have become a part of who they are, their identity, not unlike what tattoos are for some people. The world is getting more connected to technology. Cuisines are evolving. Some people are scared of globalization, but I think people will always take pride in cultural heritage. As much as Sarawak is rich in its heritage, the women of Sarawak are definitely full of character and dreams. Till I meet you again, I'm Karishma and this is Legends of Borneo.